The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. This past weekend, the big races were north of the border. On the show today, we'll take you up to Woodbine for the prestigious Grade 1 EP Taylor and the Grade 1 Northern Dancer. Our local race of the week, some Pennsylvania breds trying to break that first allowance condition at a mile. We'll have that coming up in just a little bit. We'll also have stops at Keeneland, at Belmont, at Santa Anita, and we'll spend some time with our leading trader, Jamie Ness. Dick, Jamie is no stranger to winning races.
No, he's not.
And he's going to join us here in just a little bit. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing. My good buddy here, Dick Girardi. And Dick, we're getting close to Breeders' Cup time. And we've been so used to having the Breeders' Cup out west.
Yes.
It's going to be nice to see it come back east again.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Keeneland for the second time. They were there 5 years ago, 2015, the final race of the Great American Pharoah. We don't have an American Pharoah this year, but we're going to have a great classic, and it's just great that we're actually getting to run this and run it when we're supposed to run it, unlike the Triple Crown races.
Now, Dick, you know I love the grass racing. There's no question that the turf courses out west and here in the east are much different. You're also talking about east here in November, so the course again is going to be different because of that. We always see how well the Euros do, even on the West Coast tracks. I think they'd even probably have even more of an advantage on a course like
Well,
this.
Keeneland is interesting, Keith, because it has a sand-based grass course, which is very unusual. When they was there 5 years ago, there were a couple of the European horses that figured to run better than they did.
Right.
I don't know if it was the course or just sometimes it's the end of the year.
Okay.
But it's something to at least keep in mind. I'm going to go back over it as I look, but there were some horses I'm saying, wait a second, why did they get beat? But that's horse racing. But it is a sand-based grass course, very unusual.
I'll tell you what, I can never seem to cash a ticket at Keeneland, and I hope that changes when we get to a couple of Saturdays here, as the Breeders' Cup is now just around
And
the
we
corner.
got V-Quist, of course, going for Butch Reed, trying for that juvenile fillies, and that race will be on the Friday when they run most of the 2-year-old races.
Well, we certainly hope that would be 3 years in a row that we come back with a Breeders' Cup win, and we got a shot. We talked about that last week. Well, Dick, let's get to our local race of the week. As I mentioned, it's a first-level allowance. This is the fillies and mares at a mile. Pennsylvania breds here in for a purse of $35,000. Number 5, Crazy B, is the favorite out of that Harry Wire barn with Ruben Silvera aboard, Dick. Now, I have no qualms with the fact that Crazy B was favored, but gets bet down to even money, which I thought was a really short price in this field.
Yeah, that was a little surprising to me, too. I know it was in a Delaware stake, but it was kind of it was one of those restricted stakes last time. So, yeah, I don't see the numbers that get the horse there, but maybe that race 2 back when you got 78 buyer, that was enough to get this filly the favoritism.
Now, second choice here, number 4, Promised Storm, who's 5-2 for trainer Regina Brennan. That last race is obviously a throwout. Didn't like the grass. It was a stake race, so getting a little bit of class relief here. But Promised Storm has been very consistent, been very competitive in this spot as well, so absolutely deserves that second look.
Yeah, that's a really good barn, and of course Jennifer Trueheart's had a lot of winners here in the last year, the owner.
Well, 1 mile in our local race of the week. Here's the call. 24 flat opening quarter for Crazy B. Goes to the half-mile pole in front, just a length. Promised Storm moves up a closer second at the inside. Sweet Turn on the far outside with Disco Deja Vu between horses. Tis Gracie is 4 deep and racing better than 3 back. 47-2 for the half. Here comes Promised Storm. Promised Storm able to take over with just a little bit more than 3 furlongs to go. Promised Storm now a length and a half. Crazy B back giving chase second. 3 to Lucky Imagination third. Sweet Turn fourth on the outside. Tis Gracie begins to backpedal fifth. After that comes Rolls Royce Joyce, Victoria E. Padrino Never Quits has not been a factor. The field comes off the turn. Promised Storm has the lead. A furlong to go. Promised Storm by 2.5. Crazy B try to come on again second. Lucky Imagination is about 7 back now, racing third. After that Sweet Turn and Rolls Royce Joyce, but Promised Storm continues to move clear late. Deep stretch, it's a 4, almost a 5 length lead. Promised Storm will be a decisive 9th race winner. Well, the Promise Store makes kind of an early move here, and sometimes this does not work out.
Yep.
But you know what? It sure worked out here, because Promise Storm was much the best. Luis Ocasio on board, as we mentioned, returner Regina Brennan ends up winning almost 7 lengths at the end, pays $7.40 to win. Dick, a big win, a great price. Promise Storm was very good.
Yeah, this is a really good owner-trainer combination. And Keith, 18 of 34 in the money.
Yeah.
So they've had a very good 2020.
Well, we talk about managing your horses well. This has been a very well-managed daughter of El Padrino. Let's get to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. Dick, Jamie Ness, he's going to join us. He has a few wins under his belt.
Yes, he
You know
does.
what? He's got a few more coming.
He does indeed.
We'll talk to Jamie after this.
It's really gone by fast. It really has. You know, I started off with 5 horses, bad horses.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner low mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at chapmanpreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, and it's time for our special feature segment. It's a great pleasure to welcome in. It's taken a long time to get him here on the show, and that's our leading trainer, Jamie Ness. Jamie, you're right away at the top of the standings. You're going to get your first training title here at Parks. We're going to congratulate you ahead of time on that. Jamie, you're a native of Heron, South Dakota. Your first racing job was at Canterbury Park, and it was not training horses.
No, absolutely not. I was in college. Well, I grew up, my father was a trainer on the bush tracks in South Dakota, so I was very familiar, and always loved it. And no, I went to college at South Dakota State, and I was into journalism a little bit. So I applied for an internship at Canterbury Park in the press box, and just on a whim, and I got it. So I interned up there in college and went back to school and finished my degree, and I loved it. And I went back and I got a job doing everything, punching tickets, running the simulcast, just a little bit of everything. So I kind of got back into racing that way. So.
Jamie, you're about to, as I said, win your first training title here at Parks, but you are no stranger to winning training titles. You just won the meet at Delaware. You've won 9 at Tampa Bay. You've won just about everywhere you've been. You're only 45 years old, and you've already won more than 3,000 races. You have a chance to put up a huge number by the end of your career.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's really gone by fast. It really has. You know, I started off with 5 horses, bad horses. But, you know, I paid attention to people that were doing good. You know, instead of me make mistakes, do what they're doing and try to do what they're doing. And I got a little bit better and a little bit better, and I started, you know, getting more horses and doing better. And fortunately, I got hooked up with a Midwest Thoroughbreds through a whim, and he just, you know, gave me the reins, and my career exploded after that.
Jamie, when we shut down for 3 months, a lot of trainers were not doing much training. I talked to you right after we came back. You took the opposite tack. Why did you do that, and how fast did your horses come out of the box running?
Obviously, at the time, I didn't know if I was doing it right or not, and nobody did. It was new to everybody, but I was like, you know, when we get going, I think we'll get going, I got to be ready, you know, because I own a lot of my horses. I can't give them one, and, you know, I got a big payroll, big feed bill. When we got to hit the ground running, and fortunately it worked out well for us. We hit the ground running, and we kind of haven't looked back since.
You got horses for just about every different class level in the sport. I know I talked to you. Would there be at some point where you'd like to get the better horses and have a shot to be in these races that everybody watches on TV?
That's every trainer's, you know, goal, to get a good horse, you know. And I've had some good horses, but I haven't had the good horse yet. But I mean, they're out there, so we're working at it. And when it comes, I'm just gonna, you know, run with it, I guess.
Maybe you do so many things well back in your barn, but one of the things you excel at is claiming horses and doing well after those claims. As you go through that process, what are you looking for? And how do you always seem to make them better?
Well, Keith, I mean, it's just not by luck. You know, it takes a lot of work. It really does. That's how I got going through claiming. But I mean, I was on the rail every day. I was watching horses. I was watching replays. I was seeing patterns. You know. Unfortunately, a lot of us trainers, we fall into patterns. You know, and I try to know what patterns people got when they're aggressive with their horse, when they're not, and stuff. So it's a lot of work. You put a lot of time into it, and if you do all the good things, usually it pays off.
You mentioned to Dick just a minute before we came on the air, we were talking about training titles. Tell us about the year where you won just about every training title at just about every track you're on. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, I was hooked up with Midwest Thoroughbreds, and he came to me and says, listen, I love this game. I want to be the leading owner in the country. And we got to that point, and it was a lot of work. And he come to me and says, listen, what do I got to do? I want to set the record for most wins in a year. I'm like, oh, it's going to be tough, you know, and we did. He we made like 500 wins that year. But it was 2012. We had training titles in Tampa, all four meets actually in Laurel, Penn National, Delaware. I think we were second in Monmouth and second in Presque Isle. So it was a year where it was just, we had a lot of horses, and it worked out pretty good.
Folks, this guy knows what he's doing. As I said, only 45 years old, already over 3,000 wins. We have no idea what that number is going to get to. But, Jamie, congratulations on the success you've had here in 2020, continued success. And I know I'm going to see you again real soon in the winner's circle. So
I hope today.
Thanks for joining us. Well, let's get to more national coverage. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. And we start our national coverage north of the border. A prestigious day up at Woodbine. Dick, it's the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor. As you mentioned, E.P. Taylor, the breeder of Northern Dancer.
Breeder and owner of Northern Dancer, and of course stood him at stud at Winfield's Farm in the northeastern corner of Maryland for years, where he was the leading sire, and all these people in Kentucky are going, what is this horse doing in Maryland?
Well, this is the fillies and mares at a mile and a quarter for $600,000, and really a very evenly bet race here, Dick. Number 1, Ride for the Cause, a slight favorite here at 5-2 for trader Gail Cox. Now, Dick looked great winning the Grade 2 Canadian last time out at 22-1. They get 5-2 today.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good in that race, won by 4, but is she able to duplicate it? It's interesting, Keith, there were 3 horses that were 5-2 in this race, and she was the slight favorite at 5-2.
Second choice, number 3, Etoile, again, also 5-2, Chad Brown. This is one of those French imports that he's so good with, and Dick, almost a Group 1 winner in France last year.
Right, and it was really solid form, and most recently she ran second to Theodora B, who's the other 5-2 shot in here for my man, Michael Dickens.
How about $600,000 on the line here? It's the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor. Let's get the call.
Racing up on the outside, Elizabeth Way to keep the sights on this leader, Theodora B. Right behind is a length and a half away, Etoile, and 2.5, Secret Message. Ride for the Cause rides the hedge, and 3.5 to Court Return, and 2.5 to Pretty Point is last. About 9 lengths covers the field, and Theodora B out in front. Theodora B leads the field in the E.P. Taylor by a length to Elizabeth Way. 1 away Etoile. They're all keeping watch on the leader. A length and a half to Secret Message edging into it. Ride for the Cause on the inside, about 4 behind this Pilot. And next to last, Court Return, and last of all remains Pretty Point. But Theodora B out in front by over a length. Second, Elizabeth Way, 3/4 Etoile on the inside. A length behind them, Secret Message to Ride for the Cause. Court Return second last, and Pretty Point still yet to tack on. They race down to the final half mile, and Theodora B by a length at 12's getting close, has come up on the inside of Elizabeth Way, and then back in fourth placing Secret Message, Ride for the Cause to the outside at 12, getting a little anxious to go now, and comes quickly. So Theodora B for the first time being challenged on the outside at 12, and they turn up the heat on each other by 3 lengths. Running home is Ride for the Cause down the center, and on the outside at 12, showing acceleration to try and go by Theodora B. They're 3 in front, then Secret Message and Ride for the Cause at 12 has gone clear. Court Return and Daisuke Fukumoto are flying home down the outside from nowhere. But out in front is at 12. At 12 from Secret Message and Court Return down the outside. At 12 in front, Court Return out in the gods. At 12 on the inside and Court Return, but at 12 from Court Return.
Well, Dick, 12, the Chad Brown horse gets a perfect trip, but in the stretch here comes 41 to one shot. Court Return with a big late run, but a little bit too late, a little bit too little, a little bit too late. A 12 gets the on, winning it by a neck, pays $7 to win. And what do you know? Another Grade 1 win for our man Chad Brown.
For that man, I love the way this filly was ridden. Just took a shot at the top of the stretch to go ahead and try to win the race. Yeah, she was getting a little tired late, but it doesn't matter if you're getting tired late if you got enough of a lead.
You got that right. Well, Dick, let's get to the big race over the weekend at Keeneland. It's the Grade 2 Raven Run. It's the fillies and mares at 7 furlongs here, Dick, and the favorite is number 5, Venetian Harbor, who goes off at a price of 8-5 for trainer Richard Baltus. Dick, as you look back through her past performance lines, she has been second in each of her last 3 starts, but she's been in against some pretty tough horses.
How about Swiss, Skydiver, Speech, and Gamine? If you're going to be second, those are 3 really good fillies to be second.
Number 2, Four Graces, the second choice here at 3-1 for trainer Ian Wilkes. Dick, Four Graces, the best race of her career was at Keeneland at 7 furlongs. See if she can duplicate that here.
Right. The question is, can she come back to that? She got in that crazy speed duel Derby day where both horses just hit the wall, but Four Graces hung in a lot better than the other horse.
Venetian Harbor's 8-5. Can she break that second itis? Here's the call of the Raven Run.
Venetian Harbor up to take the early lead as the field hits the main track and moves up the back stretch. Reagan's Edge goes second between horses. Grand Cru Classe. Third up on the outside. Secret Keeper is now back up to 4th on the outside of Four Graces, who moves up 1 position from 5th. Secondary Market is 6th. Fine Night 7th in between horses. And Tonalist Shape is last as the field heads for the far turn. 7 lengths off the lead. Venetian Harbor got the opening quarter in 23.06 seconds. Venetian Harbor leading Reagan's Edge by a length to the far turn. Grand Cru Classe starts to move up a closer third on the far outside. Four Graces, 4th down toward the inside, then Fine Night, Secret Keeper up on the outside, Secondary Market next to last, and Tonalist Shape trails. They come for the top of the stretch. Venetian Harbor leading the way in the Lexus Raven Run, and Reagan's Edge is still there just off her flank in second, a length and a half. Then Grand Cru Classe, followed by Fine Night, who looks toward the inside in 4th. Secondary Market is in 5th. It is Venetian Harbor with the lead by 3 past the 8th pole. And here comes Fine Night up the inside. Grand Cru Classe from the outside. Venetian Harbor with the lead. Fine Night up the rail. Venetian Harbor. Fine Night is still trying. Down to the line. Venetian Harbor wins the Lexus Raven Run by a neck for Manny Franco in 1 minute 23.03 seconds.
Well, Dick, Venetian Harbor was there the whole way. Here comes Steve Asmussen and Fine Night with a late bid, but again, just a little bit too little, a little bit too late. And Venetian Harbor holds on to win it by a neck, pays $5.20 to win. She just continues to fire every time.
Yeah, if there's one thing we could teach you and have taught people watching the show over the years, when in doubt, you always want the horse in front. Everybody loves those deep closers, especially when they get there. They just don't get there. The horse in front wins again. Venetian Harbor was impressive, but got a little class relief, to be sure, in this race.
Dick, let's get out to Santa Anita now. It's the Grade 2 Twilight Derby. 3-year-olds on the grass at 9 furlongs for $200,000. The favorite, number 6, Smooth Like Straight, gets bet down to 6-5 for trainer Michael McCarthy, who just does a tremendous job out west. Dick, last time out, a little bit of a failed trip coming east, but certainly, other than that, great form.
Yeah, a lot of times when these horses come east, and you look, he came east before and ran well. Sometimes they just don't travel well, whatever. A lot of times you can just put a line through it when they come back to their regular stopping.
Second choice, number 9, Field Pass, is 3-1 for trainer Mike Maker. Obviously, a top turf barn, is a multiple Grade 3 winner.
And anytime Mike point makers in any grass race, at any distance, at any level. Look out.
Twilight Derby 3-year-olds on the grass. Here's the call.
Dominant Soul is the long shot leader. Smooth Like Straight gets a good tracking spot in second, and Margot's Boy is down at the rail in third, just in a tad tight, and backs off. Scardo is fourth, 5 lengths off the lead. Field Pass is in the clear outside of him. Kiss Today Goodbye, KP All Systems Go, Farmington Road, and Express Train. They have about 5/8 of a mile to go in the Twilight Derby, and they're chasing Dominant Soul, who leads it by 2 lengths. Smooth Like Straight is in second, and eager Margot's Boy, joined by Field Pass on the outside, who claims third. Then it's Kiss Today Goodbye and Scardo still right together, 4 lengths off the lead. KP All Systems Go is launching a 4-wide bid. It's another 2 back to Farmington Road, and Express Train is far behind. Approaching the quarter pole, Smooth Like Straight is up to take the lead, tackled by Field Pass. Dominant Soul is back to third. Then Scardo and KP All Systems Go. They're at the top of the stretch. Smooth Like Straight has a 1-length lead. Scardo on the outside is chasing. Field Pass still in second. KP All Systems Go. Kiss Today Goodbye, but it's Smooth Like Straight.
Well, Dick, Field Pass makes kind of an early move up the back stretch here, kind of forces the hand of Smooth Like Straight, who was sitting just off a long shot leader. Well, Smooth Like Straight goes on to the top of the stretch, kicks clear, and ends up winning it here by a length and a half. And he's $4.60 to win. Michael McCarthy in the winner's circle, a graded race with Smooth Like Straight.
Yeah, this is now 5 out of 10 lifetime, and an impressive stakes win. It's a really nice 3-year-old, not top class, but he's really managed the horse well, like Mike does, and he's one of the best guys out there now, and he's starting to get better and better horses and win bigger and bigger races.
He is a Grade 2 winner.
Yep.
Let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. Awards to give out. Plenty more action as well. Be right back after this.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time to give out those weekly awards brought to you by the great folks at the Turning for Home program. Log on to their website. We've told you before, it's turningforhome.org. Dick, our jockey of the week. How about Sylvester Gonzalez? Just continued to do a terrific job. Had a triple here yesterday. Always good to be in the winner's circle 3 times in one day. So Sylvester Gonzalez is our jockey of the week. Our trader of the week is Harry Weiner. Now, Harry, as we mentioned, when we came back off the break, he was hot. He had a double here yesterday, so maybe his stable's starting to heat up again. Harry Weiner is our trader of the week. Let's get to race recap. It's brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to their website at pewterstable.com. Become an owner today. And Dick, we're back up to Woodbine. This is the Grade 1 Northern Dancer. We mentioned Northern Dancer. This is the males on the turf at 1.5 miles. And number 7, Admiralty Pier, is the 2-to-1 choice here. And Admiralty Pier setting the pace. But Dick, coming from last to first is number 1, Say the Word, with Emma Jane Wilson.
Yeah, this was a gigantic move. You're thinking, boy, how is this horse going to get there? Not only does he get there, he gets there solidly, wins by a length at the wire.
Gail Cox with another victory here, another Grade 1 winner, $13.60 to win. Let's take a look at the big sprint race on their program. It's the Grade 2 New York, Dick, which is 6 furlongs over that course for $250,000. Number 5, Silent Poet, the 8-to-5 choice. And Dick, when you're in a turf sprint, you get that first quarter in more than 23 seconds flat. The others are in trouble.
Yeah, no, they're in trouble, and they were in trouble, wire to wire. never really in doubt. It got close at the end, but not super close.
Silent Poet 8-5 and pays $5.40 to win. Let's go to Belmont Park to wrap it up here at the Grade 2 Hill Prince. 3-year-olds at a mile over a yielding course. Deck number 3, Decorated Invader, is 2-5. West Point Thoroughbreds, Christophe Clement. We thought he had the look of a star earlier in the year.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be a second consecutive defeat here at a short price. He couldn't catch number 1, Get Smokin'.
Yeah, what do we tell you about 3 times on this show today? Speed is dangerous. Get Smokin' is 9-1, but got loose on the lead. Decorated Invader is coming, and he just doesn't get there. That's why you just don't bet closers at 2-5. And I feel bad because I think West Point ran the best horse in the race.
$17.40 to win on Get Smokin', a Grade 2 winner. Well, Eye on Racing, and Dick, this weekend, it's all about Maryland Million Day.
Yep.
Dick, it has grown to the point where they now have 12 stakes on the Maryland Million card.
Yeah, it's really a cool day. And look, they were the originator. Of course, we've talked about it before. Jim McKay came up with the concept, a legendary late ABC sportscaster who's a Maryland native and got into horses and actually won one of the Maryland Million races himself. And it's just grown and grown over time. And of course, PA Bread Day at the races here. A lot of states have emulated what they've done in Maryland, but they were first.
Well, Dick, let's get to news on notes. We're going to wrap it up. And Dick, we don't talk about announcers very much.
No, we don't.
But there's a local guy who is going to be calling it quits.
And he's going to join us next week.
We got to pay our respects. We'll be back with that after this.
It's Willow Drive to the front by almost 2 lengths. Ruby's Rush racing in second. Then a gap of 2 lengths further back to 40 Charm Lady.
Standing at Diamond B Farm in Mooresville, Pennsylvania is Flashback, sire of Eclipse champion 2-year-old filly, British Idiom. And new for 2020 is Grade 1 Man o' War Stakes winner, Boisterous. New track record setter at Gulfstream, Social Inclusion. Grade 1 grandson of Stormcat, Talent Search. Graded placed Eastwood. And the outstanding sire, Uptown Charlie Brown. All standing at Diamond B Farm.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. We love to wrap it up with news and notes. It's brought to you by the Granny Fund, and contact the Granny Fund and get involved with that continued education on the backstretch. He's Bruce Casella, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones, and Dick. John Curran down at Delaware Park has been a staple in this industry for a long time. 37 years. John has finally got to hang it up at Delaware Park. It's not going to be the same.
No, it will not be the same. John called his last race last Saturday when the meet ended. 37 years. That now makes our man Keith Jones the second longest tenured announcer at one racetrack. Only Grunder at Tampa Bay has been there longer. But John is actually going to come over and join us next week. So we'll have chat about John and his career and everything that's going on at Delaware Park. But he will be missed because he's one of the good guys and great announcers.
I guess that just means I'm old.
Well, you've been around a while. We'll say that.
Well, I absolutely raise my glass to John Curran.
No doubt.
To have him on here on the show next week. Join us here at Live Racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 12:55 post. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.